All right, y'all. We back with episode 23 of the Wiretap.
Yes, sir.
Today we got a special guest, my guy Fats, all the way from Florida.
Ow. From by way of Baltimore.
He's from here though, but
well, New York, really.
Yeah, I really.
Hey, listen, he took
Just the whole East
his
Coast.
talents to another state.
Yeah,
let's just say that
the whole
you know
East Coast, the whole East Coast. As always, like, follow, and subscribe.
And if you're feeling frisky, please comment and repost. Do that. You heard me. Yeah, just go upstairs and get the baby oil and we can get ready.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome, baby.
Hey, yo, I'm putting this in there.
Warm them up. You here? Not I'm ready. Put me in the game, baby.
All right, y'all. We back again, episode 23. This time we're going to do something a little differently. As you know, we started a freestyle pod where we just come in here and talk our shit. So that's what we pretty much going to do today. Everyone's here, though. We got Leah. We got Kiyon, and like I said, we got Fats, and we got my man Jerry in the back. He working the cameras today. That's just today.
He came over to chill, but we kind of was like, hey, brother, if you don't mind. And I keep telling you, stop calling me Kiyon. I'm David Ruffin. That people call me that.
Whatever.
And these are the wiretaps.
Whatever. But, again, freestyle pod, we about to get into it, but we always start with a mental health check-in just to see how everybody been doing, what's going on. So how you been, brother?
I've been blessed, fam. It's been a work in progress, but I see the work paying off, so it's cool.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm blessed.
Yeah, that's short and sweet. That's straight to the point.
It's politically correct, is what I call it.
Yeah, I like that.
What about you, Keith?
I'm good, bro. No complaints. You know, my spill be the same every week. I don't have no complaints. Ain't nothing worth complaining about.
True.
Bills paid, kids good, in good health. What else is there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about you, Tom?
I'm good. Another week, no drama. They had me on the door all week, so I ain't really had to do too much.
That's cool.
So, I got
me
to
to
come
do nothing.
home. You know what I'm saying? Got paid this week, paid some bills, did some things.
Adulting.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fine.
Adulting at
the
its
shit that they
finest.
ain't want us about.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about that, bro? I always say this too, like, back in the day when I used to see like my older cousins going out and shit, I just thought like they had money out their ass. Like, I didn't even think of money for real.
Yo, it's crazy that you say that, right? Like you said, your cousins, my mother and my father, they used to be out on a regular basis, and I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't know
they just got unlimited
money to go out. Like for real, I didn't even think of money, like, because at that age, you're not thinking of bills and shit. So it was like, yeah, I'm going out this weekend. Oh, okay. Or like my dad would get fresh. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I ain't know nothing about what he was doing until I got a little older. But for the most part, I just thought if you wanted to go out, you just went out. If you wanted to go grab some clothes, just go grab some clothes.
For me, it was more like moms just made it happen and shit. I was always just kind of, oh, you just got it. Not really knowing.
Realizing she might have been penny pinching that week.
Yeah.
You really don't be knowing.
Yo, until you get older, bro. I remember one time my mother was so embarrassed. Like, I'm very open about that joint. Like, my mother had me at a very young age. She had me at 15, right? And I don't know how old I was. Let's say I was 3 or 4, right? We go in the corner store, and I asked for something, and she was like, I don't have it. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Oh, you don't got no food stamps?
Hey, yo. I got a funny story,
That's equivalent to your kids saying now, you don't got no credit card?
Right.
You don't got no food stamp? This back, like, nigga, I ain't never ashamed of my age. Like, we had the food stamp book. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a book, bro.
These are coupons.
It was a book. The dollars was brown. I forget all the colors, but it came in a little food stamp book, like a checkbook.
Oh, for real?
Remember on Kirkland when the girls took out food stamps?
Oh, I thought that was just some shit they
No,
did
that's
in the movie.
real, bro.
Oh, nah, I ain't know that shit was
Like
real.
I'm a show enough 80s baby, bro. Yeah.
Oh, nah, yeah, I
I
ain't
remember
know
my
that.
mother
I
sending
ain't
me
know
to the
that.
store with like $16 in Monopoly money, quote unquote.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I mean?
I ain't know that. Like,
No cap, bro.
my experience, I remember my dad, this is when Arundel first opened. Like, when it first opened, Arundel Mills and Mall. So everybody was hyped about it.
Right.
And I always used to notice when my dad ever paid for stuff, he had this black card he would take out and pay with. So I remember we was looking at rings and shit. I don't know. I think my dad was in the jewelry, so I don't know what he was trying to get. But I remember they took out this nice ring. That bitch was like, it was busting, like gleaming, all that shit.
Right.
The lady said the price. He like, and I'm like, Dad, why don't you just use the black card? And he looked at me, and I'm like, oh shit, what I do? Like,
Right.
he was.
Right.
We went out there. So he's like, boy, don't you ever tell nobody what I got in my pocket. But I ain't know no better.
What was the black card though, bro?
It was a credit card.
Oh, okay.
So, but
I didn't know if it was like an EBT card or
no. It was a
nigga,
credit
I don't
card.
know, nigga. I had to ask the question. I know it sounds crazy,
Fortunately, I don't know personally what my people's dealt with. Fortunately, I've never seen like the food stamp shit or like. I'm not saying like we didn't. I just wasn't privy to it.
but right.
You get what I'm saying? Like the most I ever did when somebody sent me to the store was get some cigarettes.
Right.
And that was always with money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
remember back in the day where you had the little machine, you had to pull the thing, and the cigarettes would drop.
Yeah, that shit. I seen them shits in like bars. It wasn't like in corner stores. That was like
No, we had
in
one at
bars.
the corner store.
Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah, we
that,
had one at our
I'm not
corner
gonna say that was a head thing, but
We wasn't
like
supposed
yeah,
to
that
buy
shit was like
cigarettes.
mainly in bars and pool halls and shit like that. where I'm from.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's just certain shit that kids shouldn't know, especially at certain ages, because they really just can't comprehend. So
That's
for the
true.
Parents
Yeah,
that were
yeah, absolutely.
like struggling, and niggas ain't know because they always had Christmas.
But that's good parenting.
Yeah. But now but then there's situations where the kid do know, like, yo, here, take this.
Well,
food stamps.
I ain't gonna hold you. So we talked about mental health, right? And I'm always one to talk about my episode with depression. And I think a lot of that came from me not knowing what the fuck to do when I was going through it, in the sense of like how to get bills paid and shit, because I had never experienced, like, in my opinion, that kind of struggle.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like you say, for Christmas, I always got what I wanted.
Right.
Essentially, always got what I wanted. Only time I didn't get something, I remember the store in Owens Mills, the Jersey store. You remember that? It was a Jersey store they used to have at the bottom floor of Owens Mills. You know what I'm talking about? So this when T.O. first go to the Eagles and shit, right?
Okay.
You know, what's that? The bunny rabbit holiday.
Easter?
Yeah. So
Not the bunny rabbit holiday. This nigga retarded.
So we going shopping for my Easter fit. You feel me?
Right.
I'm like, yo, I already know what I want. Like,
Y'all went to church on Easter Sunday?
No, never.
Y'all not real
A
niggas.
black tradition.
Y'all not real niggas, yo.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't even go to church.
Look, you get a church outfit and then you get a like a fly after church
No,
outfit.
I never that.
What?
Never.
All right, go ahead. My fault. I didn't
So,
mean to cut you off. That was a real
We
question.
go in the store. Like he like, what you want? I'm
can't
like,
trust
I want to
you
go
now.
to this Jersey store. And at the mall, so we get to the mall, you feel me? We go into the store. They got the jersey, right? That bitch is busted. I'm talking about the white Eagles jersey with the glistening eagle, the stitch. You feel me? That Mitchell and Ness joint. I'm like, yeah,
I was on it.
What? And we had already got my Timbs, and my fit was already in my head.
Oh, you had this shit together.
Oh, yeah.
You
Most
was about to
definitely.
be part of my
Most
beat with some
definitely.
goddamn
Most
body. You was ready. All right.
Man, he looked at that. He looked at that price and he was like, what does I think I was in 7th grade. What you, 12 and something? He was like,
Yeah,
what does a
something like that.
12-year-old need with
Yeah,
a
7th grade, you
$400
12.
jersey? I'm like, but Dad, everybody. He like, man, I told you be a leader. I'm like, but still, like, everybody.
That nigga said, AKA, bitch, I'm not buying
But
this shit for you. You
This is the
12.
crazy part. Guess who had the jersey about a month later?
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked.
I got a job, nigga.
He worked. You don't. Like, nigga, you're not getting none of that.
That shit pissed me off. I ended up having to get a, what was that? Remember Lot 29?
Yeah,
Yeah, I had to get the
Yo, you remember when Dipset used to pose for them pictures for that shit?
Yeah.
I never bought that shit. I thought that shit was ass.
I had to get the it was a Donald Duck jersey. I had to, not Donald. It was a Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Daffy Duck jersey.
Them niggas don't play football.
Yeah, I was
Man, that was
pissed.
an error, bro.
It was.
Facts. That shit was an error,
I
but
was living in New York at the time. So
yeah, I was back home, but niggas in my hood was not wearing Lot 29, bro.
What was y'all wearing? What
Like
was,
so a Nietzsche, Fat Farm, Iceberg. If you was a young nigga, you had Iceberg.
Disney
Yeah,
characters,
yeah.
Disney
Your
Iceberg's
peoples-
still high as
Yeah,
shit, by
your
the
peoples
way.
was getting paper. You feel I'm
Fubu.
Fubu.
I had that.
Nigga, I had
Academics was popular.
yeah academics.
Yeah.
No, you
and not that
yo.
guy on the internet.
yo,
No, not-
you don't remember Parasuco? The niggas.
I remember that.
Yeah, Parasuco. I was wearing that. We was doing Jabot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
Jabot started-
yeah,
I
we was
seen
doing
Jabot
that.
in the movie,
What's the other? Omavi jeans. Yeah,
I'm
niggas
lost
did-
on that.
niggas
You a
don't
little
know
older
what
than us,
Omavi-
bro.
Nigga, I'm 39. You make it seem like I'm 56.
That's a big difference, bro.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Omavi jeans was
When I'm in
popping
6th
at
grade,
that
he's in 9th.
time.
He's like an adult to me.
Damn. Yeah, that shit was popping at that
12,
time.
though. That's good. I didn't think he was 40.
Yeah, you do look good for your age. I ain't
I
gonna.
appreciate that, Charlie. Yo. till I take my hat on and the bald head get to shining in the cameras.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I
When
mean?
did y'all like?
We just don't die.
When did y'all really start paying attention to like what you wore? When did you like phase out of toys and shit, and it was like, all right, I got to get fresh.
I was always in the clothes because my mom dressed me and she was into that. So I kind of picked up that shit from her, and that goes back to I got all the clothes and it wasn't even so much she was spending a lot of money. She always kind of made me make conscious decisions like, all right, I can get you one pair of Nikes or that one pair of Jordans, or you can get 2 pair of shell toes for $69.99. And it's like, damn, I can get 2 pair instead of
Oh
one.
yeah, that's how they were.
So I was always the one wearing shell toes and Reebok classics and shit like that. I was always doing different shit. That's kind of when I learned that you make the clothes don't make you type shit.
Yeah, like I had 2 parents in my household, and both of my parents are very fashionable. So if I hear what you're saying, I understand what you're saying. Like, once again, my mother had me at 15.
She was still young.
So like my mother, like still to this day at my big age, my mother still pull out the album, and I was 3 and I had full length leather coats on and all of that. Like, so I got my fashion since birth. Like I got pictures, and when I was 2, I'm in the stroller. I got the swish Jordan sweatsuit on with the Jordan 1s on, so that it was kind of like embedded in me. My
Did
father,
you have
same way.
a Hornet starter jacket?
Of
I
course,
had that bitch too.
bro. My sister used to call me a mod from Soul Food. Remember that
For
nigga?
real?
You know
Yeah.
that's what Big Mama wanted. You feel me? Like, bro. But yo, I really have my parents, and as I got older, I've always known like, oh, this is supposed to be this,
Yeah.
and this is that, and this is what's in style. And
So for me, it wasn't necessarily brands yet. I was more so into like just color coordination.
Okay.
Like my pops tried to introduce me to. I remember when we went to the outlets, and this when I'm going to middle school and shit. Right. This back when like those anime button ups were kind of.
them little silk shits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to crack on them niggas.
So I wanted one of those, right?
Yeah, I cracked on them niggas. Yeah, I used to snap out coming inside of the school building right there by the cafeteria. I used to get them niggas the blues.
Yeah, I wanted one of them so bad. He would not let me do it. He was like, you don't want this polo, you don't want this, you don't want that. I'm like, nah, I want that. But the whole time he was kind of putting me on and shit. I just didn't know. You feel
Right.
what I'm saying? To me,
But you fashionable, like fast forward, like you're very
I
fashionable.
really
like,
get that shit from my father. Like
yo, you're a fashionable dude. Like I don't hang out with niggas that's ugly, and I don't hang out with niggas that can't dress. I don't want to be around you. You're a bad representation of me. Like, but you like, and I'm not just saying that because we do this pod
Right,
together.
right.
You too, Fats. Jared, you too. Like, I like to hang with people that I don't have to be driving to your house or be driving to the spot and be like, oh God, what the fuck does he have on? When I say, yo, bro, we going here, you got it. Like,
No,
you-
cause that's when you be a good. All right, so bet your man come out, we linking up. It's guys' night,
right?
niggas link, and that one got that outfit on. That's like, nah, bruh. Are we? Hey, bruh. Let me go get you something. Or we going outside.
Now,
I would be like,
see-
hey, fam.
See, but you a friend, right? It be some niggas that'll let their man go out and won't say nothing and clown him the whole night.
yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell you before you step foot and put one big toe into the car. Hey, bro, check this out. We not doing
Women
that.
don't do that shit.
Yeah, I was getting
They
ready
be like,
to
bitch,
say,
you killing them.
Do you tell your homegirls?
Man,
You're
being
killing
a-
it,
being a group
Slay.
chat, being a group chat,
And
like,
this
look at
bitch be looking like a goddamn. She be looking like Missy Elliott and I Can't Stand the Rain video.
Why don't
Look-
Why don't women do that?
Those are fake friends, females. I don't have fake
You know, all right.
friends.
Like, yeah, like, so why these girls be coming outside looking like they surprised and costume Halloween, Halloween costumes? Like, nobody is telling, like, but you do got some females that tell themselves, like,
You
yeah,
know what trend that I didn't
Kill
like
it.
this past summer?
what's that?
The tennis skirts. That wasn't for every girl.
I thought that was fly.
It's not for
everybody.
It's not for everybody.
thought it was
though.
fly.
Like I think some people like.
Everything is not for everybody's body type.
So you can't, but see, not, all right.
Nah, go ahead. Get
Go
me
ahead,
your bag.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like,
You're about to go.
now we're in a situation, we're in a time where we grew up, hey, yo, you fat. We was laughing at you.
Right.
We grew up in that era. We
Right.
grew up in that time. You call somebody fat now, you might lose your job.
Yeah, like they like and I
So
really
now it's like, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Now it's just like, damn, I just hope people don't look at me crazy, but I'm just saying. It's like now we're looking at everything, we got to be gentle with it. So
Yeah,
maybe
but-
people do want to tell people certain things, but
But Fats, I love the fact
niggas
that
You got a point. You
niggas
got a
soft
point.
now.
I
Niggas
love
soft now.
but I love the fact that women are actually confident in whatever shape that they are in. Now, there are a lot of outfits that don't agree with their body shapes.
That's true.
But if you confident and you walking around, in my head, I'm like, ah. But if you around here strutting like you feel as though you the shit, go ahead, mama. You can have that. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me to tell you that you wrong or you right. I just be like, ah. Just like some shit for niggas. Like, I hate when like really chubby men like to wear fucking skinny jeans and little tight t-shirts, and I can see your belly button through the t-shirt like big dog.
And I'm a fat nigga.
Nobody told you not to wear that little ass t-shirt.
Cause it keep rolling up.
Yeah,
some people
look,
think
fast
because
it say Balenci, that means that it's right.
Yeah,
No,
nah.
you still a fat nigga. You look like a goddamn what's the biscuits?
But unfortunately,
You know that come in a can. You hit it on the sun. They pop
Oh,
up.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's how you look.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that shit. I don't care how many designer you got on.
I think, like you said earlier, you just gotta dress to your body style. Like, I'm not gonna say act like I'm the most fashionable nigga. You feel what I'm saying? But I know how to put something on that look decent. You get what I'm saying?
onto your body type.
Yeah. So it's like
That's all.
So have you? And this is a question for you and you, Tony. Has
Y'all
if
fat niggas.
fat boys, no, sir, but over the years, like, so let's say you started out, and this is just a hypothetical. You started out with, I need to have designer. Have you grown into that? I know I have. I'm gonna speak for myself first. I know I have. Like, if it look nice,
I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah,
I don't give a damn
always been
what the fuck name it is.
Don't get me wrong.
I'ma get it.
It's all right. So
If it look cheap, I'm not getting it. But if it's quality material,
I'm gonna get in my bag real
quick.
quick. So like,
Go
I
ahead.
remember when the whole design.
Go ahead, Santa.
I remember when the whole designer thing kind of came into like the fold, because at one point in time, like I vividly remember the elevation of shit, because like when we was in high school, first it was niggas just wore tees and wore whatever. We didn't care about jeans.
4X tees.
Yeah. Then remember niggas started cutting the side of their jeans and shit
Right.
to rock with the boots, and then it went to Aeropostale, right? And then if you had a little bit of money, you had Hollister American Eagle. Now, if you had money, you was in Abercrombie and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then like it went from that. It went from that to like, I remember Polo came back heavy. Everybody
Yo, but
had the
Polo
boots.
never
get that
really,
Marshalls
it never
for
really
$30.
fell
Right.
off
Yeah,
though.
No, it never fell off. But I'm just saying, as far as like what was like the like, I
Like
remember
for our generation,
Yeah, like, I
wait.
think it was
Okay.
like when that when Swag and Surf came out around, and what's the other dude?
Yeah,
that
the
used to-
style started changing. You
When-
had Hope,
and Young
you had
Dro.
Button-Ups.
Yeah,
Young Dro,
yeah.
Young
So
Dro,
everybody-
Look, Kanye. came out with the
Dro had the craziest color
Yeah, I couldn't
rolls
find
I've
none
ever
of those. I
seen
could
in
never
my
find
life.
none of those
No,
polos. I
nah,
could
hell,
never-
I think a lot of that shit was purple label. I can't prove it.
Probably.
But
I was-
he had them. What do you say? Sour apple. What? This nigga had colors
Yeah,
out
he
this
was
world, bro.
crazy with the Polo. But then after Polo, then you had True Religion. True Religion started
I
kind
didn't
of.
like True Religion jeans. I didn't like
For real?
I didn't like the way they fit, and they was heavy as hell.
No, you know what jeans I was on?
It was heavy
Sevens.
ass
I remember
jeans.
sevens.
You know what I was
big.
on?
Rockin' Republic.
I was on Rockin' Republic.
Yeah, Rockin'
I used to go to
Republic.
Filene's basement downtown in the harbor. Go get my Rockin' Republics. And then what company bought them out? I want to Walmart. I want to say, don't quote me, but like Rockin' Republic is now like it's either Walmart, Target, one of them.
One of them, yeah.
It's no longer like a. Huh? Say that again. Kohl's.
bro, Rockin'
There
Republic?
you go, my man Jerry. Yes.
Hey, Jared, check the camera for me.
For
real
real?
quick.
Yeah, they Rockin' Republic.
You
Yeah.
still see the time on
I'm
that?
about to go to college.
Hey, but you knew what I was talking about. I couldn't remember which. Yeah, it's Kohl's. You had them 2 double R's on your back pocket with them facing backwards. Yeah, you was him.
Yeah.
Himothy.
And then after that, I remember I really contribute the whole designer shit to Wiz. For real. Because remember, what was that album? His second album. Remember everybody was saying he was dressing funny and all that shit. And
What's the second album?
then, shit.
See, that's tough.
Hey Lee, what's
it-
Wiz's
it's-
second album?
It was when he was wearing camo shorts.
Yeah.
Camels go with anything I want to wear.
Yeah, but
and
then-
niggas took that
but
shit to
then-
heart, but it's actually a fact.
But then he started dressing. Remember, people were saying he was dressing weird. It was
Yeah,
from
you start getting some money.
yeah. It was that
shit.
second album. I just can't remember.
Rolling papers?
No, not
Rolling
Rolling
Papers
Papers.
first
It's the one where he on the album. He got the
Winter
fur.
Blues?
No, it's actually a.
Tyler Alden.
Is that the album when is that the album?
Yeah, that's it. Only nigga in first class.
Is,
That's the
is that the album with We Them Boys on it?
No.
Oh,
That's,
okay,
that's later.
later.
That's later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a real
No,
big.
Jared got it. It was Say it again, Jared. It was
Only nigga in first class.
Only nigga in first class.
Okay.
That's around the time he was wearing like them real skinny jeans with the boots and shit and wearing all his designer shit.
Okay.
And then you had the Migos that came out with Versace.
Right.
Versace had a little run for a little minute.
Right.
Then Gucci started having a run.
Right.
And then once we got kind of into this era, it was Stone Island, all that shit.
Yeah.
And now it's like what?
Casa.
Yeah. Now you got what? The gallery department.
Casablanca gallery department. Balenci is real heavy.
Prada.
You know what I mean? Prada.
All this shit trying to.
You know what I mean?
But all that shit kind of just came back around.
all the designers. Louis is
Remember
heavy.
Supreme had a run?
Supreme had a run. But yo, like I think all that shit. I think you was about to say something. Go ahead, Fats.
The thing that goes with everything that you're saying about these times changing, especially with the clothes in the fashion sense, is always influenced by hip hop culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Like you said, Jay-Z told you to put a button up on,
Niggas
and
was talking
niggas
about
did it.
Margiela and shit back
Back
in the
in-
90s.
yeah, they
and
were.
We just did.
We didn't know what it was.
You know,
Yeah.
when ASAP Rocky came out, you know, you had the Little Fierce Londons, but when ASAP dropped and he started talking that talk, that made people
Start paying attention.
feel cool enough to really start tapping into that space as well. Because now at this point, the fashion side of shit, when it comes to hip hop now, it's different compared to what we were used to.
Yeah.
I think
Niggas, Fashion Week and redesigning shit now.
Yeah, but you know, fashion is all in like, and I love that fashion is all in what makes you feel good. There's no right or wrong with fashion nowadays. Like you can actually really express yourself. It don't have to make sense to anybody. And if you got tough skin, you can endure what somebody may
Yeah,
say
but some
about your
shit-
A
fit.
lot of people only fucking with whatever Instagram tells
So,
them.
yeah.
I mean,
think-
but that's a person that don't think for themselves.
I mean,
That's
but
the majority.
but-
look,
I mean-
look at Nike SBs.
Yeah.
I remember there was a time
Where they wasn't
you
that
could
high.
Go to
A skate
fucking-
shop.
Any skate shop.
Yeah.
What's Journeys in the mall?
Journeys, Zoomies,
Shit was $90
they was cheaper than that though. You know what I mean? But
with no problem. Now you telling me these?
how much is
shit
Asics now?
motherfucking-
Asics like
they just went
$200.
up. Nah, they just went up.
I think
well,
Asics-
the basic Aces just went up another 10. But
Uh-huh.
if it's like a collab or some shit like that on exclusive, yeah, we talking about like 150 to 190.
I haven't done my research, but I feel like Asics has always been an expensive shoe because of what it's.
Nah,
Yeah, 'cause it's a
bro.
running shoe. It's a running shoe.
Nah, so
That's the shoes that them old white folk wear.
So,
They
but look though,
That shit
now
not
Fats. I believe, and both
We
of
just
us
make
is
shit hot.
both of us is believing. We don't really know the facts behind it, but I believe that New Balance has always been the most highest price shoe, and then let's say Asics was second.
As far as what?
Like as far as like price margin, like they've always had
New
a
Balance was too because they are running shoes.
Yeah.
yeah.
The technology that's placed
Placed
into
in-
those
yeah.
shoes and for what they're actually for.
Yeah, you might be
That's why when
right.
You see them Brooks. There's these shoes. I always see
Hoka.
white people in them.
Hoka, yeah.
those,
Hoka,
they're
yeah,
like
Hoka.
$250.
Yeah.
And when I see people in them, they're usually European,
Yo.
Jewish,
Yeah.
nurses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But those shoes are specifically made for
Yeah.
running.
for something.
Yo,
Yeah.
but they
We
like
just be taking shit.
And making it
and
fly.
swagging it.
Yeah.
So when we see those prices, and then of course they're gonna go up because now we don't.
Yeah, once we attach it to it.
Yeah, bro, that's
yeah.
like even Saucony or Saucony, whatever you want to call it. It's pronounced
right.
Saucony. Like that shit is even higher. Like I got a couple pair, you know what I'm saying? But I remember at a point in time that them shits wasn't cool.
But you know what? You know what's interesting though that I find crazy though, and I remember talking to a former friend about this before, and I said it's interesting because when you go on social media and you see these people who are kind of popping for like clothes,
Right.
they never really in designer. Like when
No.
you think about it,
because they making their own shit.
yeah. Like most of the influences that I've seen is either some Carhartt, some vintage 2000 shit they in.
You can wear designer all day, but if you can't put a fit together, it don't matter.
Yeah, and I done seen some niggas put some terrible like
Just because it's all the same name, but
Like,
that's
bro.
not putting a fit together.
You know how many times like I had this hoodie for like 2 years. This is my mother and her husband's clothing lines, Black Visionary. Then they have Image of God, so on and so forth. And I got a lot of the 101 pieces. You know how many times, like even today, somebody was like, "Bro, that hoodie hard? Where you get that from?" I say, you know, I kind of, to credit, I said, "This is my people shit, me and my people shit," right? Because they come to me and be like, "Yo, Kiyon, what do you think about this?" I'm actually the brand ambassador for this. You feel what I'm saying? So I get a lot of 101 pieces, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. But it's no one name. You feel what I'm saying? It's literally my mother and her husband. It's not in Saks. It's not in Neiman's. But I put it together well. I don't know what this coat is, but when I saw it, I was like, damn, this shit fly.
Fashion over, nigga.
See what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Fashion
like
over with. That's the new goddamn designer. Nigga.
Yeah, for real.
Everybody getting their women too.
Yeah, everybody goes to fashion.
if you know how to get fly,
I was gonna
It's all made in the same places.
I was going to ask you this. When
sweatshops.
you first moved to Florida, did you notice a difference in fashion?
Hell yeah, them niggas don't care.
he said,
And I ain't gonna front. Like when I moved down there, I'm like,
these niggas don't care.
I'm about to put this shit on, but I'm like, it's hot as fuck.
Yo, it's so hard to
hot.
dress in the summertime.
It is.
But
for
then
me.
You sweat your clothes out.
I'm seeing niggas still with sweaters and jackets and puff. I got my man Chase, West Man. He had puffy sweatpants. They like a puffy coat, but they was sweatpants. And I was like, bro, we live in South Florida. Why the fuck would anybody wanna?
Right.
And they was wearing the fucking. He was telling me, he's like, bro, sometimes you gotta get your shit off.
Yeah.
So I started getting my shit off, but you gotta be cool though because it's really, really hot. It's really.
It's just they stay in the car.
He's still trying to fly.
Yo, listen, bro.
Nigga be passed out.
I came out there with Tim's on one day when I first went down there. I felt like an idiot. I come outside, walking around, people just looking at me like, what is up with you? And I felt like an idiot. The jeans sticking to my thighs because it's hot.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this no more. So now it's a lot of just shorts and t-shirts and cool kicks.
Right,
and
right.
I've just become simplicity though. It's cool. Like
Yeah, simplicity is cool. Simplicity is cool.
so it's all about how you just
Simple
wear
as
that
fly
shit.
a lot of times though.
Right.
You don't gotta
But
do
we're
too
going
much.
to take a quick break and we're going to be right back.
Putting around.
All right, y'all, we back and we're going to continue our pod style conversation. And if y'all been paying attention to the news, of course, the biggest thing we've got is the situation with Puffy,
The diddler.
Sean Combs, whatever y'all people call
Love.
him out there. Love.
We don't understand you like I do.
I really want to get into like,
Y'all still listening to Puffy?
yeah.
Y'all
I mean,
still playing his records? That shit come on in the club, y'all
Got
dancing?
that ice, so I made you freeze.
yeah, I mean, you probably listening to it differently, but I don't.
Yeah, like it's more like, what did he mean by that? That's like when I found out about Frank Ocean, I was like, who was he talking to?
Yeah. So it's like more so like that. I mean,
He wasn't even
I don't
writing
even
shit.
think. All right. So look, right. I'm gonna say
go
this.
ahead, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. So earlier today, it's this channel I follow called Jubilee, and it was a liberal talking with 20 Trump supporters. It was one of the most,
what is it? And I'm not being like, because I don't know, so this is a form of being ignorant. What is a liberal?
a Democrat.
Okay,
in a
thank
sense. So, and I'm gonna correlate everything. So the shit was very frustrating for me to watch because yo was hitting these niggas with facts. They like fuck the facts. So ultimately, what I'm trying to say is like, I think people just really don't care as much as they think they care. So I think it's the same situation with when we get some of these celebrities who we found have done heinous things, but they've put out such good content or music or whatever the case may be. Like I'm pretty sure it's people that still watch reruns of the Cosby Show. There's people that still listen to R.
You know
Kelly.
that shit ain't nowhere to be found.
True. It's probably still
Ain't that a
people.
bitch?
You got a point. You absolutely
Ain't
right.
that a bitch?
Yeah, I did. I never said.
Cosby
Yeah.
Show? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just thought about that.
Yo,
You're right.
people live for the next hype and to have something to gossip about. And I'm not saying that he's right or wrong. I don't know what he did, or if it's like, and it's not necessarily. We don't know the facts, right?
Right.
We just know what they tell us, right?
baby
Let's say what we do know is that he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Right, but let's just say hypothetically, besides the Cassie incident, and that's something that we spoke on previously. Of course, I don't condone domestic violence, anything
Right.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, outside of that, it's all circumstantial talk. Like, you know what I mean? They giving you, allegations. Yes, I do believe that if the feds come to your crib, they ain't coming with questions.
Yeah,
they
when
have
the feds come,
they have the
yeah,
answers.
they got the answers.
You know what I mean? But it's like a matter of, what did he do? I read a post that Boosie put up, right? Mm-hmm. And
The post you sent me. I mean,
yes, yeah. So he was like, ultimately, if you fly a woman out,
Yep.
and sex is discussed, it's
Trafficking.
process is trafficking.
Trafficking, yes.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
in the legal term.
like women been prostituting themselves, men been prostituting themselves.
Everybody traffic.
For
Traffic.
everybody traffic in a
Allegedly.
sense.
Allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Allegedly.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like and I'm not
Man.
and I'm not taking his side and I'm not against them either. I definitely enjoy the memes and shit like that. Those
Right.
shits are entertaining. Did you see the one with a nigga? It was like a Power Ranger episode, and the nigga poured baby oil on himself, and he laid flat and slid
yeah,
down the
slid
sewer
under-
drain.
yeah, that was
the
funny.
shit is entertaining. Don't get me wrong, like, but it's like, yo, you got that much paper that he been with. If these things are true, you been with. You just got the paper to
Yeah, they
to
always say
financially
money
back
make you
your-
more of
your
what you
freaky shit.
already are.
I
Right.
think a lot of other people was getting freaky too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
CEO of Nike stepped down. Kevin Lau stepped down, and like two other people that I don't remember exactly what their but they were like the top of their food chain in that particular field. They stepped down. Yo, that's that. Let me go ahead and get out of Dodge now before because he gonna be like motherfucking
Epstein.
No, not fuck Epstein. He gonna be like Nino Brown. Oh, it's bigger than Nino Brown.
Oh, you mean he gonna tell?
Y'all think he gonna give us some names?
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of Epstein, you think he gonna end up dead for giving out names?
Listen, that part.
They got him on suicide watch and shit like that. I think the
Okay,
putting him on suicide watch
I'm
is
gonna
a
answer her question
setup for
because, like,
him
in my mind,
dying.
I'm thinking if we're these people, these elite people who
Right.
get shit done, I'm gonna think we probably shouldn't do that because that would look too coincidental. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, though, like, who's really gonna do anything about it to be 100% with you?
I mean, but that's a matter of getting rid of the problem. If they did do it immediately, hypothetically speaking,
no, yeah, facts.
it's getting rid of the problem.
But I
Can't
think
speak.
I think at the end of the day, though, like, let's just be all right. So Charlemagne has a saying that I like too. He says, "You can't live in a world that you want it to be. You have to live in a world that is." Meaning, like, yeah, we want peace and all this other shit in the world, but that's not what the world is. The world is what it is.
Chaos,
It's
whatever.
Yeah.
Foolishness.
So it's like,
That's how it was built.
I think the problem that we have and what we seeing just within our culture and all this shit of like, you can't say this to this person or this is offensive thing and all whatever. I think a lot of that comes to people trying to make the world something that is just never going to be. It's never going to be a world without fucking serial killers. It's never going to be a world without rapists. It's never going to be a world without
you need evil in order for good.
yeah, it's always going to be evil in the world. So it's like for you to try to control it, it's just all it's going to do is fight back. And that's why we always see these issues that we have with some of these communities, because it's like they try to force shit versus just, okay, this is what the world is going to bring to me. I'm not saying you got to go to work and hear that shit every day type of thing.
Right.
But I'm saying if somebody walking down the street and call you the F word, and I'm not saying fuck, I mean the
I
other
know
F
what you
word.
mean. I understood.
Yeah. What can you really do about that? What are you really going to do?
No.
You get what I'm saying? You might go online, do a little, post about some shit, but at the end of the day, it's nothing you can really do, and you have to understand that's just what the world is. It's
Yeah,
always going
like-
to be people who don't agree with what you got going on. I mean, you don't deserve to be hurt behind it.
No, not
but
at all.
at the end of the day, you just not going to stop what's going to happen because that's just
Yeah,
what it
because
is.
it's just what it is. Like, I didn't ask to be black, but that's what I am. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not on my turn the other cheek type times, but I know certain things come with being black, and I understand it. Unfortunately, I bite my tongue sometimes.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can lash out and do what I really want to do.
It's really
And
unfortunate that you.
no, I'm not saying it's unfortunate that I'm black. I'm just saying unfortunate.
that you
Bite
bite
your
your
tongue.
tongue and shit because you keep saying it. So that's
Yeah, because I don't want to, but
why don't you want to?
I feel as though that I have other people that I'm living for besides myself. So certain things, if I'm gonna be here for my children and my loved ones, I have to have some type of coof. If it was just me and nobody cared about me, I didn't have a mother that loved me and so on and so forth, I probably would spaz and do what the fuck ultimately that I want to do.
But not only because you aren't emotionally intelligent enough because of trauma and shit that you've been through.
Wait. Repeat that, run it back.
You're saying that if you didn't have a mom and if you said a whole bunch of bad shit happened to you, you would react in a negative way.
So you were saying that because I have trauma, so therefore it would cause me to lash out.
But you can still have all the good things and still conduct yourself.
Because they're like, like the thing about trauma, right? And I've expressed this with my girl when it comes to my son. Is like, my oldest son. I remember one day we went to what's the bouncy place? Sky Zone.
Sky Zone.
This little
Urban
boy.
Air,
Yes, it was Sky Zone. This little boy who was younger than him had fell into the little pit, right? So Adrian like, I got you. I'm gonna save you. Don't know this little boy nothing, right? And I'm just looking. I'm laughing like, damn, my son really like, you feel me? He loved people, but then I'm thinking to myself like, damn, somebody gonna fuck him over one day, and it's gonna change his whole perspective. And I can't. And like, I felt bad in that moment because I'm like, I can't protect him from it. He has to go through that.
You can't protect him from it, but you can walk him through it because he's gonna go through it.
Right.
But that doesn't mean though because he went through it, it has to change his perspective. The thing is, when people change, when bad things happen to people, and when bad things happen to a good person, and it just makes that person bad. Like that's a choice.
Yeah,
Right.
like kids are so innocent. Like my son during summer school, bridging because he was going to another school. He started sharing his location with somebody that he met at summer school. And I'm like, no, like you know what I'm saying, like
because sometimes being
but it's
green
just
can get you
it's
hurt.
just innocence.
Yeah.
Like he sees people for the best that's in them. Like I think I told you that we down Lexington Market going to get something to eat, and then we went to a sneaker store. We went to Snipes to get some sneakers. And it was a junkie standing in front of the store. Now it's hot as hell outside. He got a full sweatsuit on. He was like, "Yeah, he doesn't look well. Do you think we should call an ambulance?" I'm like, no. In my head, I didn't say that. I was like, somebody gonna get him. But that's the innocence, which I love. But it's like you said, it's like, damn, somebody's gonna exploit that.
Right.
At some point in time. And it's just the truth.
And that's a conversation with your son though. How old is your son?
Mine's 11. 11 and 21.
That was a conversation. Like, look, but he could have potentially just made some bad choices.
Yeah.
And I say that's what.
I give it to him in doses. So it's now, not always.
I just feel like now with kids, because whatever you don't tell them,
somebody else is.
Siri will.
Yeah.
And they'll give them
facts.
How to spell it,
facts,
how to use it in a sense, how to pronunciate it. So it's just like,
and give you a video to show you what it looked like.
We definitely have to.
You right. Parent our children.
We definitely have to figure out ways to deliver it to them,
right, and have these conversations
without overloading them. Because at the end of the day, and that's the reason why these kids, I personally feel like these kids is fucked up, because they have so much information coming at them fast now.
Yeah.
But they aren't old enough to really understand why.
Or dissect it. Yeah.
Why, if I'm outside playing with a toy gun, a cop could shoot me.
Right.
As a kid, I'm just playing.
With a toy
they don't
gun,
understand that, hey, they're gonna shoot you because you black, so put that toy gun away. The kid that got shot, well, I think it was in Ohio.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But like
Tamir Rice,
we be having a fucking. We just have to communicate with these kids even more now, because again, like I said, if we don't, we can't find ways to do it.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
We can't avoid it anymore.
What y'all think about the?
That should be scary.
I don't remember his name, but he was found in, I want to say, North Carolina, hanging.
I saw it. I didn't really dive into it.
And it was recently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody got hung again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, on some real shit, right?
So it was spat back to the parents that
he got his own shit. He got his own.
He committed suicide. And it's so. And granted, he was not a child. He was 21. Apparently had he was thriving in life.
Right.
No, I'm not saying that he didn't have any concerns or worries, but he didn't have any signs that would say
that he was going.
I'm gonna go ahead and you know what type of willpower you have to actually do it yourself.
The kid that was
and really
wrestling match.
And honestly,
bro, you can't even bite your tongue. A hole through your tongue without stopping. You can't do that.
But my thing is too, like, even like think about it from a statistical standpoint. I'm pretty sure if someone was to dive into it to see how men usually do that, I wouldn't think anybody would hang themselves.
Yeah,
that's an excruciating.
It's traumatizing. That's like being burned to death.
Not even that though, but it's like you literally got to go through the steps.
It's a crazy process.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
You gotta hang the noose. You gotta get
And I don't see nobody who really trying to get out of here, because you still gotta. That's going to take time.
At least not like that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, bro, because you like
niggas do it in jail and shit. Niggas might do it at home too, you know, from a ceiling
I
fan
don't.
or something like that.
I don't see how you do that.
yo, but you gotta.
Yeah, I understand jail.
You heard of Khalif Browder?
Yeah.
Yo, but bro, you gotta
from his window.
Yeah, but bro, like you gotta. I feel as though that's something that you really gotta be
But
committed
we
to.
talking about mentally though. Yeah, you gotta be in a space.
You gotta be certified.
Khalif was in a space where he was just like, hey,
And that was for all.
Oh,
the
you're
trauma.
from the jail. Yeah,
yeah, went to jail
Khalif
and
Browder.
was in fucking Rikers as a kid.
Browder.
Damn near 2 years in solitary confinement.
Yeah.
Such a sad story.
It was.
Yeah, I watched.
He came home and wasn't normal at all.
Yeah, like, and
he hung himself.
I know as of late, you know, they've stopped that much solitary confinement. It's you only, you know, they don't leave you in there for that long
They don't
anymore.
even have a 23, just 22 today.
You know, nah. I mean, so I have personal experience with that. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when I speak on it, it's something that I know, right? Do I still think that is
still fucked
cruel?
up?
Yes, it is. Like it's like double jeopardy. I'm already fucking here.
But you'll go to other countries where they have prisons, and they're actually real rehabilitation centers. They live
I
in
could tell you.
dorms.
I could tell you this from my experience.
They learn skills. They set them up to the point where you can go out and be in society, be functional, so that you don't come back. Whereas here,
It's completely
they fuck
different.
you up so that you can come back.
Yeah.
Yo, and I said
And
this.
niggas like we pay for the sorry, I know you.
We do.
We pay for y'all motherfuckers to be up in there.
We do, like, bro, like something like my. I know my mother, for instance, she will not buy a pair of Jordans because she know that Jordan.
You got money in the private prison.
Yeah, and it's big paper in it. It's just once again that's one of those words that we use often on the pod is your moral compass. Where are you willing to stop the line at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you feel a way about that, or you just saying that your mom do?
I mean, I'm not gonna say and lie to you. I still buy fucking Jordans.
Might say, yeah, I don't want to hear that.
I still no. Yeah, I do got a room full of them. I still buy Jordans. I ain't saying lie to you. I don't think what he doing is. I don't think what he doing
I
is
think
right.
if anything,
I forgot.
no,
Yeah,
for me,
I don't remember.
I think but see, that's more of a cultural thing, bro. And like, you're not like certain situations, like when you find out somebody done something, like even to go back to what we originally was talking about, we got shit that's so ingrained with us that it would just be very difficult to break. And it's not something that people are just going to turn around and be
for
like,
sure.
you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not doing.
Spark it though.
People like, and that goes back to my statement of what I said earlier. People don't care as much as they say they care.
No,
Yeah,
it's just
bro,
cool to
like-
stay on Twitter.
Yo,
Yeah,
like,
people
I-
don't really give a fuck.
I feel as though that like people that go to prison and come home, it's a mental game, bro.
Yeah,
It's really a mental game. Like and I say this shit all the time. The animalistic things that I considered as normal when I was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, fast forward, I'm like, that's some wild shit. Why would I think like that? But it just puts you in those realms. But fortunately, I'm not gonna say I'm built different because that's not the word I'm trying to come across as. But like my mental stability is higher than those who come home and do something wild. Like, bro, I spent years in prison. Calendars.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Before you went in there for those calendars,
Right.
what was your mental state before you went in? Was your mental state the same mental state that you had when you were in there, or did you have to develop the mental state you had while you were in there because you had to survive?
If I adapted to my surroundings, is what I did. I adapted to my
So
surroundings.
before you went to prison, you were the person that you are today was the person
But I
you
was,
were
but
before you went.
But
to prison.
Fats, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, and this people like Hank, vouch for this. I was still a fun-loving person, but I also understood where I was. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was still a people person, but it's not like I was so.
You found some humanity within.
Yeah,
the
bro,
system.
like,
And
you
also
gotta-
had the
Can you
switch.
tell me what you went in for?
Huh?
Can you say what you went in for?
I don't really care to discuss it. It wasn't no sexual shit or nothing like that. It's
No, I
all
get it.
quote unquote valid, but it's at the end of the day, if I could do it over,
With some gangster shit?
yeah, it was solid.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
You just a good nigga just doing.
Yeah, I was doing
like
what I
that.
was doing, and so I don't believe that I didn't deserve to go to prison. I don't believe that I deserve to go to prison for the amount of time that they
But
I
gave
agree
me.
with that.
Let me, go ahead.
So, and then you did your time, you did what you had to do, and you came out, and you been on your shit, right?
Yeah.
So, what you saying to me, or what I'm seeing is that it's literally just a switch. It's a choice.
And this is a true fact, right? There's a lot of people that I've met since I've been home since 2019 that when I tell them, like, yeah, I was in prison for X amount of years, they're like, nigga, I never knew you. I don't give off I've been in prison.
Right.
But I know there's certain mannerisms and things that I do. Like I have a
Black, bro.
I have
how many times people just thought I've been to prison or jail.
I have a thing with my
I ain't never
violating my personal property because I spent, like I said, calendars, not one or two. We talking 5, 6, 7 calendars away where let's say you my homeboy. I say, Tone, I need a TV. You say, how much the TV? I say, Tone, the TV $250. You send me the $250 to get my TV. You sent it to me. It's my property technically. And these people still got the freedom to say, yeah, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and take that from you for whatever reason that they deem, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I know that I still have a real big thing when it comes down to my personal property because I spent years of somebody playing God with shit that it belongs to me. Like, you think that this shit belonged to you. So if I had Timberlands and New Balance from off a commissary, hella sweatsuits and so on and so forth, I had a TV, a JP5, hella music on my JP5, so on and so forth, these motherfuckers still had the right to strip me of that. Yeah. And it take a...
Because you weren't in control.
I wasn't in control. I'm in control of my life now, but it hasn't hardened my heart. I don't hate people. Right. I don't hate this. I don't hate that, bro. I still play way too much because that's my bag, bro. Like, I play it. Like, I'm a fun-loving person. Like, I love people, but...
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, go ahead.
When they let you out, so that the time that you did, it was all consecutive?
Yeah, I did it all to the door. So
when they let you out, was there any type of like mental check-in, like, hey, or you like, did you need to go see like a therapist before you left?
No, it's not. They're not going to.
They not going to do that. Yeah. But it was. They should like. But I had a support system, which was my mother, my sisters, and my father and my grandmother. Like, awesome, I come from a tight-knit family, but they don't offer you shit but probation.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's fucked up because everybody don't have what you have. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, they don't offer you shit, but
like, I think the reason why some of my family members have been able to be successful afterwards is because, like Kiyon's family, we had a close-knit family. Right. So when people came home, it was rather, they might have just put money in your pocket.
Help get you up versus,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why a lot of people go back. But now, I work with a dude. I don't know if I can say his name, but he from Wisconsin, I think. They from Wisconsin.
There's people there?
Yeah, he still got people. Yeah, there's people there. His niggas there too. He was he spent a lot of time in jail.
Right.
He was in jail with fucking Jeffrey Dahmer and shit. Like, he was in jail with some people. Yeah. Yeah.
I was in there with the DC sniper.
But he
he was at the same facility I was at.
In there for a very, very long time, around some killers and shit. He went in there for some gangster shit. But I see him now, like, as he working and shit, he getting, I'm just like, bro, like, you got it together. And I
can tell you this.
Hearing all your stories of what you've been through, it's just like, damn, I'm still shocked.
One thing about somebody who was getting it in the street, when they go legal, they know how to, like get it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, to them, the money may be slower, but it's like...
It's a hustle still.
Yeah.
It's still a hustle.
It's still a hustle at the end.
Like, bro, I had my grandma call me yesterday. Right?
I'm talking about more so mentally. That he ain't out here wilding out.
Yeah.
He got
it together.
Because there's a lot of shit that that might take place at a job.
Well, I think
that'll trigger somebody.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, and I'm like, yo.
But see, I think because they had that support system, it didn't. They had somebody to talk to.
So let me say this.
See,
let me say this. Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off, but let me say this, right? You said I think, right? I know people that don't have a support system that come home, and it took me... I went to prison twice. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It took for the last time for me to tell myself, I don't want to do this no more. I don't like that. I don't like this.
Right.
So you have to figure out a way to not go back. Right. And that's self-reflecting. You can have a close-knit family. Like each time I went to prison, I had the same family. Nobody made me do it. I did what I wanted to do. So I say this to say this, right? It just takes. It's a mental thing, Tone.
No, I feel you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Support system.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
It helps when you got support.
I was gonna say my point.
You got support and still be a crackhead.
My point was really getting to the fact that, like, by my people's having the support system, they didn't want to disappoint the support system. So it was like for certain things that may have triggered them, they understood how to. Is the word compartmentalize in a sense?
Yes.
Like, it's like, okay, yeah, I would love to smack the shit out of this nigga for talking crazy to me just now, but I know what that's going to lead me to, so instead I'm going to just...
But once again, Tone, that depends on that individual's moral compass. I cannot want to disappoint my mother and still go out here and sell 1,000 bundles of heroin as long as she don't find out. The disappointment don't happen if she don't know that I'm doing it. So,
I mean, but
ultimately... Not doing it at all is showing humility and showing that you really don't want to disappoint this person. As long as you don't see, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna hide this hand behind my back. When you see me, hey, mom, I'm doing good, everything's fine, I'm working at the job. You working at Walmart, Target, or whatever job bullshit you working at, but ultimately you out here still busting pistols and selling drugs. You have to tell yourself, bro. It's a day-to-day shit, bro.
Sure.
It's literally a day-to-day shit. I wake up every day like, okay, I can go left or I could go right.
But see, that's a choice, right? And a lot of people, you got it's. So I'm in therapy now,
right?
And
congratulations.
I be talking to my therapist and shit about shit, and I be saying certain things, and I'll catch myself. Like it'll be some shit like I'm gonna try. Like he's like, stop saying that.
Yeah.
But he's like, stop beating yourself up about it. He's like, you've been thinking this way for so long. Now you want to change your shit. So now it's time to change your way of thinking. But it's going to take time because you just used to always... Yeah. He had asked me if I was a pessimistic or optimistic. And I was like, I'm a realist. And he's like, all right, explain to me what that is. And I was like, well, you know... when I said that saying... pray for the best, prepare for the worst. And he was like, well, you lost right there.
Rick Ross
Because you're already thinking about losing. Well, you already just need to be thinking about just
winning.
Could happen. You know what I'm saying?
So ultimately, what's he saying? Like,
but it goes back to having the discipline and willpower enough to just literally change your way of thinking.
So is he saying?
So we all actually have a. Like I said,
is he saying facts? But is he saying like don't prepare for the worst? Just do your best.
You can't control the worst.
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna go into every situation.
So don't brace yourself for what it. Okay.
I'm gonna go into every situation
with a positive outlook.
With the most intent, giving everything my all.
Okay.
Because that's what I can control.
Okay.
But if I'm nice to you and I say good morning and that person wants to say fuck you to me after I say good morning, I can't control that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can't even be
fair.
You just control your response.
I can just boom. Like, that's the discipline and changing. And you know what? You can even go deeper. Like, damn, maybe that nigga having a bad day.
Right.
So
maybe he just lost his girl.
So I'm gonna say this. And to add to your point,
fuck you too, though.
To add to your point, I was the same way until I went to therapy, and it was the same kind of conversation because it was like, are you you see the glass half full or half empty? And so for me it was half empty, right? And she said the same thing. Essentially, like you already kind of looking at things a little fucked up. Not she didn't say it like that, but essentially the same thing that
straight up.
Because like you absolutely right. Because like for instance, like
damn, I think like that.
I mean, it's hard not to.
So
it's really hard not to.
Real quick, I've listened. I hate reading. Reading make me sleepy. But I listen to an audiobook all day. So I'm listening to.
I would say I want to pause and just pick back up.
Yeah, we're gonna come right back.